Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to Clearfield Area Elementary. I'm Dr. Franson. I'm one of the assistant principals here, and we're joined today by Mr. Wiedeffer, our principal, Mr. Hazelton, our assistant principal, and also I'd like to take a moment to introduce Officer Kowalik. He is our school resource officer for the Clearfield Regional Police Department, and today he has 3 junior officers that are going to be helping him today. They are Layla Krause, Toby Norris, and Trenton Witherite. So they're going to be helping out with today's ceremony. Thank you so much for coming in today to help us to recognize our Students of the Month for February for being honest. Former President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, once stated, "Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom." Students being recognized this afternoon stand out by saying what they mean, meaning what they say, admitting their mistakes, refusing to cheat, refusing to steal, and by being true to themselves and constantly doing what they know is right. They are a wonderful example to others and are leaders both in and out of the classroom setting. We are going to start with kindergarten today. We will call the students' names. That student will then come across to Officer Kowalik and Mr. Hazelton to receive their certificate and lanyard. They will then turn around right here at the red X and give a big smile to the camera, and families may take a quick picture at this time. Once all of the names have been called for that grade, the students will then walk back to the front to face the camera once more for a group photo. They will then exit the stage and be seated to proceed to the next grade level. So now, without further ado, we will begin with kindergarten. In Miss McGee's kindergarten, Owen McGarry. In Mrs. Hoover's kindergarten, Everly Holt. In Mrs. Collins' kindergarten, Olivia McGovern. In Mrs. Resnack's kindergarten, Paisley Ockenbaugh. In Mrs. Moore's kindergarten, Ava Yaskavage. In Mrs. Learish's kindergarten, Quinn Pollock. In Mrs. Squire's kindergarten, Maverick DeFleece. And in Mrs. McClintock's kindergarten, Dawson Irwin. Ladies and gentlemen, our kindergarten students of the month. One more round of applause for our kindergarten students of the month. And now on to first grade. In Mrs. Williams' first grade, Evelyn Maines. In Mrs. Wright's first grade, Ariana Menser. Good job. In Mr. Buck's first grade, Katie Ultimus. In Mrs. Forsey's first grade, Lillian Swales. In Mrs. Struebel's first grade, Charlie Bumbarger. In Mrs. Matsko's first grade, Everly Billings. In Mr. Yaskavich's first grade, Autumn Lancaster. In Mrs. Paula Thorpe's class, Ramon Pabon. In Mrs. Sankey's class, Mila Hemphill. And in Ms. Tack's class, Brielle Henry. Our first grade students of the month. our first grade Students of the Month. And now on to second grade. In Mrs. Witherite and Miss Rebar's class, Olivia Cook. In Mrs. Kitchen's second grade, Tristan Huganey. In Mrs. Terry's second grade, Thea Wigfield. In Mrs. Kavalik's second grade, Noah Thatchick. In Mr. Corradini's second grade, Addison Weibley. In Mrs. Shetler's second grade, Easton Hepfer. In Mrs. Trinidad's second grade, Litzy Charles. And in Ms. Staddle's class, Raylyn Weetosh. Our second grade Students of the Month. And now on to grade 3. In Mrs. Mears' third grade, Silas Gearhart. In Mrs. Brady's third grade, Tucker Fulton. In Mrs. Wallace's third grade, Kelsey Barrett. In Ms. Love's third grade, Alacia Nelson, and Alacia is absent today. In Mrs. Olson's third grade, Liam Kreis. In Mrs. Whited's third grade, Bennett Gross. In Mrs. Shower's third grade, Brinley Ziegler. In Mrs. Weaver's class, Tony Brown. In Miss Gonsman's class, Carter Knepp. Our third grade Students of the Month. Good job. Now on to fourth grade. In Mrs. Clark's fourth grade class, Mila Hawk. In Mrs. Billett's fourth grade, Hoyt Wallace. In Mr. Graham's fourth grade, Henry McKissick. In Mrs. Wakefield's fourth grade, Wyatt Semmelsberger. In Mrs. Ward's fourth grade, Journey Hepfer. In Ms. Thorpe's fourth grade class, Kinsley English. In Miss Peacock's fourth grade class, Gabriel Smith. In Miss Scher's class, Molly Mincy. Our fourth grade Students of the Month. Our fifth grade Students of the Month. We're going to start with Mr. Bash's fifth grade, Wyatt Dutry. In Mr. Squire's fifth grade, Karsten Martell. In Mrs. Ardrey's fifth grade, Skylin Lippert. In Mrs. Hurtland's fifth grade, Justin Shoup. In Mr. Hoover's fifth grade, Mackenzie Schilling. Mackenzie is absent today. In Mrs. Adamson's 5th grade, Luke Gill. In Mr. Funk's 5th grade, Logan Houston. In Mrs. McCracken's class, Mason Fletcher. In Ms. English's class, Andrew Borger. In Mrs. Stanko's class, Gavin Glasgow. That's our 5th grade Students of the Month. Stop at the black line, bud. Congratulations. And now on to 6th grade. In Ms. Norris's 6th grade class, Landon Williams. In Miss Thorpe's 6th grade class, Jaslyn Hamilton. In Mrs. Catherman's 6th grade class, Nevaeh Trojanovich. In Mrs. Patrick's 6th grade, Callie Wolf. In Mrs. Maney's 6th grade, Jael Manley. In Mrs. Peacock's 6th grade, Finley Pallow. In Mrs. Pine's 6th grade, Jaden Scribe. In Miss Palmer's class, Aubrey Lyle. In Mrs. Weiser's class, Brinley Peters. In Ms. Shaw's class, Aria Reese. In Mr. Richards' class, Aiden Hoover. And in Mr. Sproul's class, Christian Brady. Our 6th grade Students of the Month. Congratulations to all of our Students of the Month. Let's give them one more round of applause. We are certainly proud of you, and on behalf of our amazing students here at Clearfield Area Elementary, we would like to remind you to be a reflection of what you would like to see in others. If you want love, give love. If you want honesty, give honesty. If you want respect, give respect. You get in return what you give. Now for a few special announcements. We will now have the students remain seated on the bleachers for a group photo by one of our staff that will be submitted to the progress. After that, you will be given a chance to take a picture of the group if you would like to do so. The students will then be dismissed by grade level, starting with kindergarten. Students, please wait until your grade level is dismissed. And families, if your child brought a dismissal note to leave with you, please remain in the gym so they can easily find you. If you have any siblings leaving, they will be dismissed to come to the gym and meet you here. Once again, please remain in the gym so your child can easily find you. This is going to conclude our assembly. On behalf of our students and staff, we hope you have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for coming to today's ceremony.